We're here in the Monterey Harbor with my dad, Mr. Albers.
Or Captain Pete.
Captain Pete. So we
aboard the fishing vessel For Reals.
For Reals. We're gonna catch some squid and hopefully some sea bass, white sea bass today. We're exiting the harbor. One of the things that you look for as far as navigation, equipment, observations. We're about to hang a right. What are you looking for? Tell us.
What are we looking for?
Yeah.
Traffic. Primarily traffic. Incoming, outgoing.
Does it matter which section of the channel that you're driving down?
Yes, just like vehicles. We're staying to the right side of the channel.
Rules of the road.
Rules
of the
now,
road apply.
One thing that when there is some tidal movement, the opening in the harbor here, or the jaws, if you will, can't set up whirlpools and push you against the side of the pier. That's why those rollers, if you take a look over there and you see those rollers on the side of the pier right there.
We'll pass it behind me in a second.
Pass that around.
So
sometimes vessels can be pinned against there.
Right in here. So that's what all those boards are for too. There's boats that actually go down right here because of the water movement. We're at low tide right now, so not too much changing. But we've seen like right in here, like big old whirlpools. There's a little bit of water movement. Big old whirlpools. So you want to kind of gun it a little bit through the exiting the harbor. Just be careful. And then we have our channel to exit out to the bay. And that's it. We're going fishing. Okay, so we have heavy fog, thick fog, and you can't see very far any boats coming. We just heard a horn go off. That means somebody's coming through right now. So, Dad, tell us why or how this radar, what that shows us since we can't see.
All right. According to Coast Guard rules, if you have an operating radar, you should operate it at all times. So, and we especially have to have it on this morning because the visibility just dropped to about maybe a 1/16 of a mile or less.
1/16 of a mile or less. Look at fog, thick fog.
Anyway, looking at this radar right here, it looks like a whole lot of clutter to the untrained eye. Okay? Looks like a whole lot of clutter, but if you take a look right here, each ring is 1/32 of a nautical mile. Nautical mile is slightly longer than a statute mile. And each ring is a 32nd of a nautical mile.
So we're zoomed in pretty close.
But by looking at this right here, if you look out the front window, you can see the pier. Wharf number 2 is what that is right there. And these straight lines right here represent that. So, and then when we get out on the grounds, the fishing grounds, we'll take a look and see if we can pick up any boats. But anyway, it's critical that you keep a radar on at this, particularly this visibility, because
you can't see.
A boat can come on you at a very rapid speed. And if you're moving and they're moving, the closing speed gets within minutes before you may see them or hear them.
And the boat will show up as one of these yellow masses on our radar screen. And that's how we use that. We have a tiny yellow mass that should be passing us on the left. And sure enough, we got a little boat. There they are. There they are with our eyes. There they are on the radar. Just passing out. So we exited the harbor and we switched up the chart plotter screen. Dad, what's on the screen now?
Chart plotter screen. We want to keep our radar on because the visibility is so low, and want to make sure to watch for boats coming in that may not have radar. So we got to keep that on the screen. We've got our chart plotter right here that shows us where we are and where we're headed. We're going to go out towards the bell buoy right now and start looking for some squid. And that's why we have the sonar on. Sonar is multi-split right here. We got a 200 hertz and a 50 hertz.
What's the hertz? What does that mean?
Hertz is the
frequency per something.
That's the frequency.
We'll talk about that.
Anyway, one is a small cone that's very fine. It's able to register squid.
So how does it register? We have sonar is sound.
Sonar
so
sound. It emits a signal and bounces back, and the time that it takes to come back, it gives you your depth, and also it tells you if there's any fish. It comes in a screen like here. If you look right here, so gone right now, but we'll get some more. There's some more right there. That light blue right there is probably squid. Different species show up differently on the split screen. On the 50 hertz, which is wide, it'll pick up bait fish, anchovies, rock cod, anything with an air bladder, and it'll pick those up and give you good returns. But squid don't have big air bladders, and so in small numbers they're very hard to pick up. You'll note on one of them we're going to pick them up, and the other one we're not. So the 50 hertz right now is picking up, whereas the 200 hertz is not.
So you have sound. Yeah, you have sound waves basically being emitted down to the bottom and then back up, and then anything that's intersecting that sound wave is going to show up on our water, and it also shows the bottom if we're over rocks or if we're over flat ground or whatever. So many jellies.
Radar.
Okay, so we have, here's a bell buoy where we're headed, and here's us. We have port side, which is port side is the left one, right?
Left side, yeah.
Port side is left, red, left, and then starboard side is right, which is the green. So that shows which direction we're moving. We have the bell buoy here, and then it's also showing up here on the radar.
And
so how do
look
we
outside? We can't see. We can't see anything.
We can't see anything. So we're relying totally on our electronics right now. Dad, what if this fails? What if the system goes down and we can't use this device?
If we had a catastrophic failure of electronics, where the chart plotter, the radar, everything went down, catastrophic failure, we still have a compass.
There's our
And
compass.
We still have a compass, and we still have the natural swell to tell us. Even if we didn't have a compass, we could find our way home simply by
the swell.
running perpendicular to the swell. The swell in Monterey Bay.
Wait, come closer so I can hear you.
The swell in Monterey Bay typically runs parallel to the shore, so you could use that swell to get you back to the beach, maybe by the hotel or whatever. So you can always find your way, back to shore. And typically the bay runs north-south in our typical fishing grounds, salmon fishing grounds, petrale sole, whatever we're fishing for. We'll run out due north, and we know that we can come back almost due south at a particular fathom line and find our way home that way. So we could get into the 20 fathom line and just head south. We'll end up hitting the harbor, or close to the harbor.
Cool. Yeah, so we have the swell. Let's see if you can see it moving a little bit. The swell's moving away from the starboard side of the boat. We're turning a little bit right now, actually. Now, here we go. The swell's coming toward us. Hopefully you can see it in the video. And now we are pushing into the swell, headed northwest. So the swell's coming from the west, and then that would mean that the beach is that way. shores that way. Yeah. Due south.
It's hard to see the swell.
It is a little bit.
There's not much swell, but there's always enough
it's
swell
small.
you can probably find your way.
There's enough to see the water moving. Let's see. Here's a little. Oh, here we go. This one. See this one? A little bit of a bump. Now we can see the swell. Now. Here's one. We made it to the bell buoy.
With,
You could barely see it. There it is. Below 1/8. What is it? What did you say for visibility? Less than an eighth of a
yards,
couple
probably,
hundred.
a 32nd of a mile, maybe. Maybe.
Maybe. There it is.
So dangerous.
We picked up a little bit of squid on the screen there, so we dropped a line. This is a technique called jigging for squid. We caught a squid. Look at that thing.
There we go.
Look at that ugly little.
That little morsel.
There it is. Bait for sea bass. Oh, whoa. Oh, we got two of them. Sweet.
And we're going to put them in here, and then we're going to turn that on and